movie Total Recall was released in 2012. It is a very interesting action and science fiction movie. The story takes place in the future, where Earth was destroyed 21 years ago. Now only two safe places remain: the United Federation of Britain and the colony. There is a big difference between the rich and poor in this world. People from the colony travel to Britain for work every day, using a special train called the Fall. This train takes only 17 minutes to reach Britain. The workers go there in the morning and return to the colony at night. At the start of the movie, we see a man named Carl Hauser lying on the ground injured. A woman named Melina, his girlfriend, tells him not to give up. They keep fighting against the army. The army has a powerful laser gun that separates them, and Melina falls down. Suddenly, we learn that Carl was only dreaming. He wakes up next to his wife, Lori. She asks him, "Did you see that dream again?" Later, we find out that Lori is actually a secret agent. She gets a call and leaves for work. Carl is very confused and feels worried. On the TV, there is news about a man named Matthias. He supports the people of the colony and fights against a military group called Cohagen's Army, which controls and exploits them. But even though Matthias is well known, nobody has been able to find him. Later, Carl leaves for work. When he reaches the colony, he meets his friend Harry. Carl asks him, "Don't you get tired of doing the same job every day?" Harry replies, "This is our life. We are poor people. We must work in Britain so we can take care of our families." Then they both go to work. When Carl reaches the Britain company, he meets a new worker named Marek. The company asks Carl to teach Marek everything about the job. Carl learns that Marek is from Britain and asks him, "Why do you need to work here?" "You are from a rich class. Meet Engineer McLean there." At work, Harry is frustrated with his low salary. When he asks his boss for a raise, the boss gets angry, so Harry leaves. Later, Carl goes home, but his wife Lori is still at work. To relax, he goes to the balcony and meets Harry again. They sit in a boring club and talk. Harry warns him once more, "Don't go to Recall." But Carl becomes more curious and finally decides to go. At Recall, he meets Engineer McLean, who tells him, "Recall will give you a beautiful life experience. First, we will run a secret test on you, and then your process will begin. You won't want to leave after that." As soon as the process starts, the machine detects something strange. The machine vibrates, and suddenly McLean's guards pull a pin from Carl's body. McLean shouts, "You lied to us! You are a secret agent!" Carl is shocked and says, "That's not true. I am just a normal worker from the colony." Suddenly, secret police arrive. Carl starts fighting them like a trained agent, even though he has no idea how he is doing it. He defeats the secret police effortlessly, which confuses him even more. There is a tracker inside Carl's body, allowing the secret police to watch him. He quickly removes the tracker and escapes. He rushes home, feeling scared and confused. When Lori arrives, he tells her, "I am in big trouble. I don't know what is happening." But then comes a big twist. Lori is also an agent. She has been deceiving Carl all along. Instead of helping him, she suddenly attacks him. She reveals that she is working for the secret police and tries to capture him. Carl points a gun at Lori and demands answers. He asks, "Who are you? What do you want from me? Have you messed with my memories?" Lori finally reveals the truth. She tells him, "You were a special agent for the United Federation of Britain, UFB, working in the colony. We erased your real memories and replaced them with new ones. Your real name is Hauser. We did this because you had a secret code that our enemy, Matthias's group, wanted." Carl is shocked. He quickly escapes from Lori. Meanwhile, the secret police lose his signal because Carl had already removed the tracking chip from his body. The police break into the recall center, but Carl is no longer there. Now Hauser is running for his life. He moves through the colony, avoiding the army and fighting off soldiers. Suddenly, a call appears on a device in his hand. It's from his friend Matteo. Matteo reminds him, "You gave me a safe number." That number is at First Bank. Before going to the bank, Hauser removes the device from his hand to avoid being tracked. Meanwhile, Lori, who was pretending to be Carl's wife, gets a call from Commissioner Cohagen. He is angry at her for failing to get any useful information from Carl, but Lori confidently says, "I won't fail. I will complete this mission." At the bank, Hauser enters the secret code and finds a box inside a safe. The box contains some important items: a video message, and a special device that can change his identity. The device looks like a cryptographic key. To use it, he needs to return home. To reach his home, Hauser boards the fall train. But security is tight, and there are detectors everywhere. As Hauser walks through, the scanners recognize him. The police start chasing him, leading to an intense fight. Then something amazing happens. Cars start flying in the air. Hauser dodges them by lying flat on the ground. Suddenly, a car stops, and someone pulls him inside. It's Melina, the woman from his dreams. Hauser and Melina must reach his house in Britain safely. However, the secret police are right behind them. Their enemies' cars have stronger magnetic power, making it harder to escape. Hauser and Melina change their route and finally reach his home in Britain. Once inside, Melina faints from exhaustion. Hauser picks up a violin and starts playing. But this is no ordinary violin. Its sound reveals a hidden message. He listens carefully, trying to understand the secret behind it. The message is about Cohagen, their biggest enemy. Cohagen wants to destroy the colony and give its land to Britain's people. But Matthias, who supports the colony, refuses to let this happen. He believes Hauser has a secret code in his mind that can change everything. Suddenly, Melina wakes up and Hauser bombards her with questions. Who am I? Why do you appear in my dreams? What is our real connection? Throughout the movie, it's unclear what's real and what's just a recall memory. Then Melina reveals a shocking truth. Her father is Matthias, the leader of the colony's resistance. Hauser asks her, "How can I be sure you're telling the truth?" As Hauser and Melina try to escape, a large army arrives, led by Harry, Hauser's old friend. Harry tells him, "You're still in the recall center. Soon you'll wake up from this dream." But Melina insists he's lying. The audience also sees that Hauser had already escaped from recall a long time ago. Harry is tricking him. Hauser chooses to believe Melina and shoots Harry. Outside, Laurie arrives with an army to capture Hauser. But since Hauser is a highly trained UFB agent, he fights fiercely, defeating the secret police and soldiers. After an intense battle, he finally kills Laurie and escapes to Matthias's hideout. At the hideout, Matthias tries to extract the secret code from Hauser's mind. However, the code doesn't appear. Suddenly, a blue light flashes, revealing Cohagen. Cohagen tricks Hauser, saying, "This was all a game. I erased your memories so you could live a normal life. The truth is, there was never a secret code in your mind. We spread this rumor so you would go to Matthias. He's the only one skilled enough to find the code. And now that you've led us to him, we can finally kill him." Before Hauser can react, Cohagen's men shoot Matthias. Melina watches in horror as her father dies. She turns to Hauser and says, "This is all a lie. Cohagen is tricking you." Cohagen takes full control. His army captures Hauser, Melina, and the remaining rebels, taking them back to the colony. His goal is to destroy all of Matthias's secret hideouts and erase his plan so that he can succeed in his mission. Meanwhile, Hauser starts developing deep feelings for Melina. He also feels strongly connected to Matthias and is heartbroken by his death. Seeking revenge, Hauser comes up with a plan to destroy Cohagen and his people. He plants a bomb inside the fall, a massive train that transports workers from the colony to Britain. The bomb is set to explode in 17 minutes while they are still on board. As the countdown begins, an intense battle breaks out between Hauser and Cohagen's forces. Just as Hauser is about to finish Cohagen, the bombs start going off one by one, destroying everything. Cohagen's entire army is wiped out. During the chaos, Hauser gets badly injured, but Melina rescues him. They both end up in a hospital, but here comes an unexpected twist. While lying in bed, Hauser notices something strange. The bullet scar on his hand is still there, but Melina's scar is missing. He immediately realizes, this isn't Melina, it's Laurie. Laurie had disguised herself to trick Hauser, but he sees through her lie. Without hesitation, he kills Laurie and escapes. Outside, the real Melina is waiting. They finally reunite, feeling happy and relieved. However, the biggest mystery remains. Melina and Hauser decide to leave the colony behind and start a new life in Britain, away from all the chaos. The movie ends with Hauser defeating Cohagen and his secret army, leaving the audience with one last question. Was it all real or just a dream? Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed the explanation, please like, subscribe, and share to support the channel. See you in the next movie explanation. Stay awesome.